What? Hello everybody, I'm Adele, it's just me, and I'm back again with another video. So for today, we're gonna keep it nice and simple, and I'm just gonna be talking about the new show, Fate, the Winx Saga, because I grew up loving Winx Club. And it was one of my favorite shows. Like, I remember waking up every Saturday and turning on 4Kids TV so that I could watch Winx Club. And it was a great time. So, naturally, I watched the live action that they created. I remember watching the trailer a few months ago, and let's just say I was less than thrilled with what they were doing with the show. But it just came out this past Friday, and I watched the entire thing in one day. I mean, it was only 6 episodes, so it wasn't that big of a commitment. But I saw it through and I watched it all, and I have some thoughts on everything that happened. Starting off, I'll just explain what the show is, basically. Winx follows these 5 fairies that go to a magical school called Althea, and you just watch them learn how to master their powers and like fight the monsters that threaten their school, their friends, family, stuff like that. The main character is named Bloom, and she grew up not knowing that she was a fairy, and that's kind of how it starts out, because she finds out she's a fairy and she starts school at Althea. So you're not only watching these fairies go through life, but you're watching Bloom kind of figure out who she is, because for so long she has thought that she's just a normal human, but she's not. Okay, so now that you know that, we can talk about Fate the Winx Saga, which is the live action version of Winx Club. Starting off was difficult. Like, it felt like every 10 seconds I was like, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. Like, they changed so much about the original show. And I get it, like, it's a live action and they don't want to do it exactly the same way that the original show was. Like, they want it to be its own separate thing. But there were some like very important things that I think changed that didn't need to. So in the original Winx Club, we have the 5 fairies. Tecna, completely gone. Like, she's just not there. And we have Tara instead of Flora. And apparently Tara is Flora's cousin. Like, they tell us that later on. But I'm just like, what was the purpose of that? Like, why change it? Also, Aisha, the water fairy, fairy of waves, whatever, she did not come in to the mix until season 2, but she's already there now. Which, I mean, that's fine. But it was just like, oh, that's different. And then they have the specialists and the fairies all in one school. So in the original Winx Club, we had the specialists, are all boys, first of all, but in the show, they have boys and girls being specialists. So in the OG, the specialists had their own school and the fairies were at another school. Also, there was a whole nother witch school, which was just completely cut in this new live action. So just many things were changed. We also have the 2 like main specialists were supposed to be Sky and Brandon, but Brandon is just not a character in Fate. And instead we have Riven, who Riven was a character in the original Winx Club, but he was not Sky's best friend, and many things just different there. So yeah, the first episode was hard because I was just like very overwhelmed by all the changes. Oh, and Stella's like mean. I was like, why? Stella and Bloom are supposed to be best friends, because in the original show, Stella's the one that found Bloom and brought her to Althea, but that's not how it happened in the live action. So yeah, that was a thing. The second episode also, I was still just figuring out like what are they doing, um, how, like, what else have they changed here? But I got over it, and by episode 3, I did start really liking the show, and I was like, okay, I've gotten past all my gripes with this, I've moved on, and once you take Fate, like, out of the original Winx Club context, I thought it was a good show. And episode 3 also was just like more fun. They started off with a party and then moved on into really developing what was happening there. So it was enjoyable to watch. All that to say, I started off and I really did not want to like this show just because of how much they changed there. But I moved on and I got to the end and I did really like it. Like, to the point where the last episode came and I was like, wait, I want more. Like, I wish there were more episodes, and I'm looking forward to season 2. For that, they get a thumbs up, that is a win. But back talking about just little details of the show and everything. It does have 6 episodes, so it is short. Like, even for Netflix, that is short. Normally they get like 8 to 13 episode seasons when it's a Netflix original. But I thought they did really good with the pacing, actually. You get a good sense of each character in the first 2 episodes, and you learn little things about each of their backgrounds. But it's not like too in depth where you're like, okay, we get it, but also it's not too little where you know nothing about them. I mean, it is for some characters, but there's one main character and then the rest. So that makes sense as to why they wouldn't dive deep into every single person. Yeah, so overall, it really wasn't a bad show. If you did not watch the original Winx, I think it's a good one. It's not amazing by any means, but also having that nostalgia of the original Winx does help because it's so different, but it's like a good different version. So there's that. On the complete opposite side of that, though, if we could go back in time and not have this and have it actually be what Winx Club originally was, I would be all for it. This new one is fine, it's good, I enjoyed it. But the original Winx was just so early 2000s, like, it was fun, it was colorful, the outfits, wow. Their cute little personalities, the wings, the everything. I just loved it. And that part is gone. Like, the sweetness to it was very much taken out, and they made it, dark and mature because that's what Netflix loves to do. And I totally get it, Netflix. You are good at the dark, mature, we're gonna die trope. They do it well. But I want the fun, cute stuff. I think it would be a good time. And it'd be a nice break from all those other things that are alike. So, yeah. I just really, most of all, wanted to see the outfits and the fairy wings. And we didn't get that. Okay, here is this TikTok that I saw of a girl that dressed up as the Winx, like if she was styling them, and she killed it. Like, these outfits are so good. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Look how good she did. But yeah, can you just imagine that on your screen instead of the darkness that we got? That's wild. But there you go. Those are my initial thoughts. There you have it. Fate, the Winx Saga. Not horrible, but also not the original Winx Club. So it is what it is. I think I'd give it a 6 out of 10. Yeah, that's like, it's better than average for a show, but it's nothing crazy. So 6 out of 10 I think is a solid rating for them. I am looking forward to season 2 though, because they have been greenlit for season 2 already. I believe I saw that they did get the okay for season 2, which is cool. But so much happened in like the last 5-10 minutes of the final episode, and I was like, wait, stop. It was kind of overwhelming, but they definitely set it up for a good season 2. So can't wait for that. I hope you enjoyed this video. I just needed something nice and simple to do, because honestly I was going to upload a vlog of my first week of classes, but I did nothing. Like, I went to work and I came home and I sat in front of my laptop for 2 to like 6 hours depending on how many classes I had that day, and it was just boring. And the few times that I did do something, I forgot to vlog it. So I was like, okay, well, that's dumb. So here's this video instead. Hope you liked it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see ya for my next one. Bye. Enchantix. Ah, Enchantix.